The most dangerous people in your life will never announce themselves. They won't show up with a warning label. They'll show up as a friend, a coworker, a family member, sometimes even someone who claims to love you. And by the time you realize what they're doing, they've already gotten inside your head. But here's what nobody tells you. You don't fight toxic people by fighting them. The moment you engage on their level, raise your voice, defend yourself repeatedly, or try to explain your worth to someone determined not to see it, you've already lost. The real victory looks nothing like what most people expect. It's quieter, it's slower, and it's far more devastating to them than any argument ever could be. The first silent way is radical consistency. Toxic people thrive on your reactions. They poke, provoke, and push, because your emotional response gives them information and control. When you become completely consistent, calm, and predictable, regardless of what they do, you remove their power source entirely. They don't know what to do with someone they can't destabilize. The second silent way is protecting your information. Toxic people use what you share against you, not always immediately, sometimes months later, in a moment designed to hurt the most. The silent move is to stop giving them material. You don't have to be cold or obvious about it. Just become someone who listens more and reveals less. Let them fill the silence. You'll learn everything you need to know while giving away nothing they can use. The third silent way is building a life they can't touch. The most powerful response to someone who wants to see you diminished is to quietly build something remarkable. Not to prove them wrong, not to show off, simply because your energy, once removed from managing their chaos, has to go somewhere. Put it into your work, your health, your relationships, your growth. Nothing silences a toxic person more completely than watching you thrive without them. The fourth silent way is refusing to explain yourself. Toxic people demand explanations not to understand you, but to find the gap in your reasoning they can attack. When you stop explaining, stop justifying, and stop defending your choices to people who were never going to accept them anyway, you remove an entire category of ammunition. You don't owe a logical argument to someone operating in bad faith. The fifth silent way is letting them be right. This sounds like defeat. It isn't. When a toxic person needs to win an argument, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply let them have it. Not because they're right, but because your peace is worth more than the satisfaction of proving a point to someone who will never genuinely acknowledge it anyway. Walk away. Let them celebrate. You kept your energy. That's the real win. The sixth silent way is choosing your presence deliberately. Stop showing up in spaces where you consistently leave feeling worse than when you arrived. This isn't dramatic. You don't announce it. You don't make it a confrontation. You simply become less available, less present, less reachable. Toxic people lose power the moment they lose access. Distance is one of the quietest and most effective boundaries that exists. The seventh silent way is healing loudly in private. The deepest defeat you can hand a toxic person is to work on yourself so consistently, so seriously, and so completely that the version of you they targeted simply no longer exists. Therapy, self-reflection, healthier habits, better relationships. When you heal, the hooks they use to pull you back stop working. And there's nothing they can do about that. Here's the truth that holds all 7 of these together. Toxic people are not actually powerful. They only appear powerful when your attention, your reactions, and your energy are pointed at them. The moment you redirect all of that toward yourself, toward your own life and growth, their power over you quietly evaporates. So here's the question worth carrying with you today. Which of these 7 moves have you been avoiding, and what has that avoidance actually cost you?